Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Heaven on Earth forecast for the 10th of June until the 16th of June. And we're looking at the planets for our weekly guide to step into our conscious leadership. And I'm just going to say it right off the bat, for this week, you will be processing a lot of internal stuff, okay? We're all in the new earth, and where it's to be stepping into your integrity, to be truthful, to, go along with the fact that you take your responsibility as a spiritual being, and where everything in terms of values, money, the way you use this planet Earth is all being tested upon. And it's all for the greater collective, okay? We're shifting towards the age of Aquarius. And this week, starting from Sunday, we had the moon going into Virgo. This is internal processing, internal perfecting. And whenever there is an aspect such as we have right now in astrology, where it is the Grand Cross, we have it in the Mutable cross, and a mutable cross is about change, and we're being forced to change. There's those of you who have been neglecting the path, those of you who have been neglecting their own spiritual truth. They're being forced to go within and to change. Mutable. And we have Mars in Cancer in that North Node, accepting your calling to come home to yourself. If you don't, this is internal rage. Moon in Virgo, stomach issues. This is going to be processing emotions that are going to put themselves on your stomach, on your digestion, if you are full of rage. And this is about, you got to look at what's going on in the bigger picture with a mutable cross. We got Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn. This is integrity. This is changing the structures, changing the government, changing, how you take on opportunities in business, and finding that balance between the home and your emotions and taking care of your emotions. And this is about Neptune in Pisces, changing the new ways of, or any term of religion, any term of how you look at how we're all connected. What is your spiritual practice? What is your religious belief? And about resetting that. And with a square over to Jupiter in Sagittarius, the beliefs. What do you believe? What are you exploring? And is that versus the facts? Can you integrate facts and beliefs? Can you, as much as you can, really go and explore new cultures, new belief systems, and at the same time really check the facts? But this is where your self gets so blurred in all of this that you don't know, that this is like being on a ship and in the fog, and you are maneuvering, and you just gotta trust that whatever action you're taking is not gonna let you hit any rock, and that you're so cautious at the same time that whenever this is like having, when you're a experienced sailor, you know the signs of when you're in deep water or not. And this is using that intuition. This is using that trust in your abilities to survive. Believing that whatever action you're doing is for the greater good. And like I said, this can cause a lot of inner turmoil. It is going within on the 10th and then 11th and 12th when the moon is in Libra. This is about taking it out and really confronting just other people, and negotiating. This is about blah, blah, blah. How are you in your emotions? How are you in your feelings? How do you take on opportunities versus you go into your emotions? How are you in, in your ambitions, your career and your status and your go heart, versus how do you nurture yourself and can you also take care of yourself? And that's that balance. And with Mars opposing that Saturn, it's really, it can cause a lot of egoism and like, I know and I don't need to listen to you, or I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do. And this is where we don't let other people tell us what to do. This is where we have to change, because the change is going to be inevitable. And like I said, when you are on that ship and you trust, it is foggy, and whatever action you take responsibility for that action. Even if it's the wrong action, later you can still correct it. You can still adapt. And this is where you just act from integrity. This is where you just take responsibility and know that, hey, I am doing what is necessary, but at least I do it consciously. And whatever you choose to do, that you know that you are directing your energy in that. Venus is in Gemini, and with Venus in Gemini, it's like, it's a new cycle, right? Where it came out of Taurus, it was really grounded, it was really nice, it was careful, it was not careful, it was taking care of itself there. It was, you were really enjoying the beauty, the gratitude, the beauty of this earth, the beauty of yourself, gathering new stuff, taking on new relationships, whatever. And now you got to take that and really get it figured out, figuring out your shit in relationships, in your projects, and wanting, choosing. It's doubting. What about this and what about that? And when that moon comes into Libra, it's really about choosing. It's really about finding balance. And it is going to doubt. And then I think there's still some saving grace. And that is that moon in Virgo, which is sextile over to Saturn in Capricorn. This is what I said. Whatever you choose to do and whatever, you're going to process and put into motion, whatever you put in the work, it's be within integrity and do it with convinced, I know what I'm doing. Even if you don't, you can take full responsibility for that, even if you make mistakes. And that moon in Libra is just going to make it harder. You're going to have to make a choice. It's going to want to force you. But I think it's all an illusion anyway. And what I think the Neptune is in Pisces, and it is trining the nodes and sextiling the nodes, and that is actually merge the future and the past into the here and the now. This is all asking, just be here and now and take it moment to moment to moment. And that is the only way of going through life with change. It's where you want to, you can go in so much fear and rage and wanting to go so fast that you want to control the results. But that's where the whole problem's going to be like. You're never going to get what you, never say never. But this is where you're thinking that you're going to get something and you're really going to try and force it. And then you're going to create something that might be a delusion. That's something that you might not need, but you're going to take it on board anyway. And it can make the ship sink in the long term. But this is where you just trust the process. Okay? And where you really try and find that balance between home and work, or integrate both. The saving grace, if you can call it a saving grace, that's actually next Monday when the moon goes into Sagittarius. There's going to be some hope, but then still it's going to be about, are you really taking this too far, man? The moon in Scorpio, we're going to have a big kite where this looks optimistic, but still this moon in Scorpio doesn't like it. Our emotions are going to be so deep, so intense, with so much shit and so much karmic stuff to deal with, especially in relationships. This is karmic relationships. And where you're like, I don't know if I want to be here. That's that Mars in Cancer. You can't really act. Moon in Scorpio is asking you, can you really be courageous and go and, confront everything that needs the change of the past? Can you step into your spiritual duty? But Mars in Cancer is going to be like, I don't know if I can do this. But this is about, if you look at it, there's this grand trine between Neptune, Moon in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer. And if there's anything positive about this at all, it's about really be compassionate for these deep, dark emotions that you're going to feel. Deep, dark rage. Maybe against society, against other people, against conditioning, and so much injustice. That's what it's going to feel like. It feels so unjustified. Why me? Why us? Blaming other people, blaming government. Here's is where we can blame the government, but it's about cut the bullshit. Mars is like a knife, is like a sword, and it's like cut the bullshit. Go for yourself. Take care, nurture, be compassionate, and entrust your intuitive emotions. This is so much emotional energy. And it is about healing the past. It is Saturn on that south node is bringing up, so much fatherly rage. And I mean by that, like masculine force. It is about conditioning of society, all or old belief systems, karma. What comes around goes around. How have you lived your past 28, 30 years, whatever, when Saturn was there, in all these other cycles, but like old belief systems that are going to rise to the surface, that you're going to feel and have to confront, and where you're not going to dare to confront it, but it's like cut the bullshit, trust your intuitive emotions. This is about, listen, journaling, and about really, if you really want to, again, Venus in Gemini is going to want to figure things out, and that Sun is still in Gemini, so it's about figuring things out, communicating about it. Journal, write the process down. Do not make any mental decisions, because there's a square with Neptune in the mix. It's like, this is kind of, it is kind of like a Mercury retrograde kind of shit. But this is where you just trust the process. You journal down, and after a while you can come back and just look at what that whole process was, and then you can figure it out. And with that moon in Sagittarius, you can, just find that balance between what you believe in and what is written as in the fact, and then go from there step by step, have some hope, and then the moon's going to come into Capricorn, which is going to make it easier, but difficult anyway. But I would say trust the process. You journal, and you go with that ship intuitively, knowing that whatever choices, if it comes from integrity, it's going to be fine. And if you honor the soul, if you honor the fact that you are a spiritual being in a physical body, it's going to be fine. It's going to be dark. It's going to be transforming. Whatever needs to happen, has to happen, is okay. You let go, you surrender, you just treat the change with compassion. Change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. And either you let people change you, or you take responsibility and you initiate the change yourself. Chiron in Aries is asking you to do that anyway. It's funky, it's weird, it's disgusting. Yes, I know. But there's no other way. Trust me. So yeah, good luck. Don't go too hard on yourselves. I'm sure we're all going to arrive home, man. This is about conscious leadership. And this is what we need to do for the earth to heal. For us to heal. It is intense. Trust me. But you can do it. We can do it. As long as we get together, support each other in our soul companionship, and just honor this earth, honor ourselves, honor our emotions, and honor spirit. God is always with you. Source is always with you. How terrible it's going to feel anyway. Trust the process. Much love, the Leo Mystiic. See you on another Heaven on Earth forecast. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please share this with someone that needs to see this. Because damn, I know someone needs to see this. Thank you so much. Be well.